Okay, so the provost wants us to go grab a bunch of books from a cave, and Mom wants us to go set a bunch of stuff on fire. Hopefully we don't get those two mixed up, but given the group of people we're dealing with, I don't have much faith in that. Welcome back to Type-0.
Yeah, that seems like it'd be pretty thematically appropriate, TBQH.
Anyway, so now we get to enjoy the long walk up to Corsi Cave. Not that I expect you to know anything about, where things are in this world, but if we go along the wall, up along the rock, the cliff face here, it'll be on the right-hand side. Right before you transition into the Togoreth area.
Fascinating.
And I just want to point out, thank you very much, Artix, for putting in the Sonic Mania chemical plant theme over that speed up.
Oh, are we doing this again, where I pick something completely different and make you look like an idiot?
It's your show, you do whatever the hell you want.
Yeah, honestly, I reckon that reflects more on you than on Crow.
Anyway, so, these guys explored the cave, and apparently her boyfriend became a frog somehow.
Yeah, that's a thing.
And, there's the book, so we can leave now.
Yep, job done.
Awesome.
But of course, we are not going to do that. We're going to go murder everything in this cave first.
Oh, I mean... That's like what we do. I mean, I'll say this for this fucked up setting. They have created a setting in which it makes perfect sense that these people just casually drop in and proceed to systematically murder everything around them every time somebody sends them to get something simple done.
So curls are kind of a pain.
Really? I'm shocked that curls are a pain.
Yeah, they move very quickly, and their kill shot timing is a little weird. And there's so many of them.
And they're all double your level, as you can see right now, so... this cave is kind of like early game schmuck bait, where if you go into it, you are probably gonna die unless, you're around, level 20. And of course, there is a quest that you can pick up that specifically sends you in here to not just kill all the lower level ones, but also kill the boss at the very end of the cave, too. And, again, they give that to you way, way, way before you are reasonably powerful enough to even consider going through this cave all in one go.
I mean, that's a classic JRPG gambit. I mean, hell, that's not even a JRPG gambit, that's just like a video games.
Yeah, and again though, Artix was talking about how the curls have a very weird a kill site timing and whatnot. Again, if you bring 8 into this area, he just breaks the damn thing wide open.
I mean, the main thing is that you have to anticipate when they're about to jump, which, depending on which character you're playing as, can be extremely painful. At some point, I'm going to realize that I only have 2 party members out. I'm not sure when that is, though.
I mean, at least this whole encounter looks engaging. I mean, this sure as hell looks like video games.
Yeah, again, I've done that myself a couple of times where, you can basically have a whole characters just up and die, and you won't even realize it unless you, look at the bottom of the screen at that tiny prompt that says, oh yeah, this slot is open, there's no one there.
Yeah, that seems like the kind of thing that they should make it.
Crush up. Rest up. Your turn. Leave this to me.
You almost had it right, and then you fucked it up. Good job.
Yeah, we are getting a little low on potions, which is unfortunate, but it's alright. I'll get some. I'll just get some when we get back to campus.
Again, buying drugs on school property. This game is really fucked up, isn't it?
That's what you're gonna go with.
It's the only thing I can think about right now, just because everything else is beyond horrifying as it is.
I mean, this little whole cave sequence is nice, and at least is it's the first thing that we've seen in the entire game that could reasonably be in, like, an actual Final Fantasy game.
Yeah, like, this is where the game starts kind of showing its Final Fantasy VIII off a bit. Nice work, you got owned. Again, yeah, this is where the cave starts revealing its true colors, where, like, we're not even halfway through this yet, and already half the roster is dead.
Hey, I've only lost, like, 3 people so far, thank you. It was like, and it's only King, Ace, and, I guess, 9 so far. That number will go up. Rest assured we will have more casualties, but...
Oh, I have no doubt of that, yes. Also, another quote-unquote neat little thing is that each room of this cave has a sufficiently overly epic name to it that kind of briefly pops up whenever you enter or exit an area. And, like, again, they appropriately get, like, more darker and ominous the further you go into the cave. Okay, so 8 is now also dead, Trey is dead.
And this is where it turns out that Machina is actually, like, one of the best hand-to-hand combat dudes in the game.
Man, that's fucked up.
To be fair, Machina's whole moveset is basically, like... It's really standard JRPG, so, like, he's actually a really good fallback for most of the game.
Just not really a character you want to lead with.
Oh yeah, for sure. You definitely want to use the more interesting characters to primarily play as, but, you know, when they inevitably die, Machina is probably the best guy to have in reserve.
So, like, his swords are just, like, straight up, like, actual drills, right?
Yeah. Or at least if they're not, he does some really weird spinning bullshit with them.
Also, I don't know what's up with, like, the fact that, like, everyone else from Class 0, like, they get a red scarf, whereas Machina has to go one step further and gets a full-blown cape.
I mean, he's overcompensating, you know it.
Oh god, yeah, like, especially considering, like, how, like, his brother just, like, straight up owned him in absentia in the last video.
So, the boss here, the capital C curl, is a motherfucker. He teleports around a whole bunch, and he has a big AoE electric attack, as you can see right there, and if you leave him alone, he'll just summon more curls for you to fight, and the whole thing is just... It gets messy very quickly unless you kill the add-ons.
And also, yeah, you can see it's got about 4 health bars.
About 4, yeah.
And it's got really high defense, so it takes a while to grind through each of those health bars. Like, basically, like, I'm actually quite surprised at the level you are at right now that you're not straight up dead at this point. Because, like, I went into this thing at, like, level 20, and the damn thing somehow microwaved my party, the whole roster.
Yeah, it turns out the secret is you want to use Deuce, because she's Because, like I said, she's a bard, and she'll just basically sit there, like, throwing out a bunch of buffs on you the entire time.
Well, there you go.
Anyway, we got a crystal ball. That was great. Good use of our time.
Nice. And I think Fadul has fallen out of the call.
Oh no. Nice, he's still here.
Oh well, we'll just move on and...
Oh, I know what's happened. I elbowed the mute button on my mic. So good luck editing all of my audio out of the bit that... Actually, no, it was a mute on the mic, not on Discord. Okay, no, we're good.
Keep it in anyway. Just have him responding to stuff that we say, and just...
No, that audio's gone. Like, if you had not pointed it out, I would not have noticed. I did wonder, though. Like, I thought I was just saying things at inopportune moments, and you were like, no, shut up, I've got a schedule here. But no, it turns out that, actually, my observations literally were going unheard.
Yeah, no. Honestly, this is the most interesting thing we could be talking about at this point, so just leave all of this in.
For the record, my observation was that I'm guessing that this game continues the proud Final Fantasy XIII tradition of buffs and debuffs actually being, like, cool and useful and good. Right?
Yeah, they're pretty solid. They said, if you're gonna use, like I said, like, a really good way to make Deuce work is, give her one of her buff songs, and then, like, have her abilities be a buff song, an offensive spell, and then give her, like, either Cure or one of the big defense spells, and she's basically the best support member in the game.
Yeah, that sounds like it could heavily unbalance or rebalance things. It's very easy to get careless with healing and buff balance in RPGs.
Also, nice little bit of implied fucked upness. Basically, after you kill the pack leader or their mother or whatever, the remaining curls that were still spawned in the battle basically surrender. And then, yeah, you can just walk up to them and take their pelts right off them.
Nice.
While they're still alive and cowering in fear, yep.
This setting is fucked up.
Look, man, we've got these huge drill swords. What else are we going to use them for?
Ugh. So fucked up. I like that it makes us just actually run the whole way back out.
Anyway, good luck with your frog boyfriend. We're headed back to campus.
One thing I did appreciate a lot about 15 is that it did offer you the prompt to just say fuck it and just teleport back to the car. In fact, you could do that whenever you wanted, it's just that it also specifically gave you a prompt when you finish dungeon. It said, hey, do you want to just teleport out? Good times.
So, for all that bullshit, we got a hat. Okay.
Look, man, it's the experience that matters.
There better be a hat made from curl pelts.
Oh, again, at least they didn't light the damn books on fire.
That's... I guess that's a comfort.
Anyway, we're gonna make one more quick trip out to the, back outside. It's gonna take us up to the Togareth region, because we need to pick up a couple of, there's a couple enemy drops we need up in that area.
I guess we do still have a bunch of time to kill.
Yeah, there's no reason. I mean, we could do one of those expert trials, but no, that's a bad idea.
Yeah, that seems like it would get us murdered efficiently.
Of course, before we go back out, I have to go back and get the quest to go murder people with fire again.
Oh, right, I forgot that this game's side quest system was almost as fucked up as the setting. That's so weird.
Well, you know, she said, all she wants to do is to make sure that we can defend ourselves in combat.
Right, but that wasn't even what I was talking about.
by murdering people with fire.
Like, yeah. Believe it or not, I have completely accepted that at this point. I'm fine with that. What I'm not fine with is that we forgot that we were doing that because we went to get some books instead.
Yep. But anyways, it's time to burn them all, burn them all, burn them all.
I mean, the voice literally did tell us to burn things. Like, it was a person. She spoke.
Again, yeah, that is the absolute fucked up thing about this. You could literally describe it as, Mother instructed me to burn them all. And you are not wrong.
Anyway, I'm gonna run this fight a couple more times, and I don't think y'all need to see that, so we're just gonna skip ahead.
We murdered a bunch of dudes, we farmed a bunch of drops. Probably a lot of people just casually died.
You look well.
Anyway, our reward for murdering people with fire is that we get a magic increase.
Hooray?
Nice.
I've completely lost all sense of stat perspective. Is +3 to magic like a really good thing?
I mean, the thresholds between every level is about 10, give or take, so...
Okay, that sounds just barely notable. Oh well. Well, do we have an excellent use for our remaining 8 hours before our next war crime?
We do not, so once we go turn in this last side quest, we are probably going to go down to the arena and engage in some secret training.
Secret.
By which I mean I'm going to turn the PS4 off and just let it sit there and farm experience for me for a week.
It's so secret that we don't actually get to know what it is. I don't understand this at all.
Yeah, so that's basically a mechanic in the game. The game actively encourages you to not play it for extended periods of time.
This is like the opposite of social games and energy meters. And it's somehow still incredibly shit.
So, yeah, like, I kind of questioned this or hinted at it or brought it up, like, at the end of one of these other videos, but yeah, like, these secret training sessions, you can absolutely break the fuck out of them by, yeah, so you save a separate file here that is considered your training file, and then what you do is, because, these are capped by the amount of time that you can spend on them, so you quit the game, go to your settings option in the PS4 menu, edit the time to be, like, I don't know, a year later, and then when you come back, you basically load up the game, and you've jumped, like, 7 levels ahead. This game is very easy to break.
This game is fucked up.